All right, we're going to dive into some seriously fascinating and, let's be honest, kind of brutal advice on success from Jack Ma, the guy who founded Alibaba. And trust me, it's not what you'd expect. It's challenging, a little counterintuitive, and it might just completely change how you look at your own future.
So, let's just get real for a second. Have you ever had that feeling, that knot in your stomach when you think about your career or about money or just whether you're ever gonna make it? Yeah, if you have, you're not alone. That feeling is totally normal. But what if I told you that very feeling is the main thing holding you back?
Before we get into his advice, you have to understand where he's coming from. This is not some guy who was born with a silver spoon. Just look at this list. He failed his university entrance exam twice. He applied for 30 different jobs and got rejected by every single one. And get this part is just wild. When KFC first opened in his city, 24 people applied for a job. 23 got hired. He was the only one they turned away. So yeah, this is a story that starts with a whole lot of failure.
And all of that experience, all those rejections, led him to this one core belief. It's so simple, but it's incredibly powerful. He says, look, worrying is normal. We all do it. But it is fundamentally useless. It doesn't solve a single problem. All it does is drain you of the time and energy you need to actually do something about it.
Okay, so let's dig into that idea a little deeper. First, we're going to break down exactly why Jack Ma thinks that worrying is such a waste of time.
Now, what's so brilliant about this is the distinction he makes. See, he's not saying you should just be naive and ignore the future. He's drawing a massive line in the sand between worrying and preparing. Worrying is passive, right? It's just sitting there thinking about all the things that could go wrong, and it just paralyzes you with fear. But preparing, that's active. It's asking, okay, what can I actually do about this right now? It's investing your energy, not letting it get stolen.
So if you stop wasting all your energy on worry, where are you supposed to put it? Well, Ma's answer is pretty simple. You put it into learning. And that means you have to get really, really comfortable with failure.
This right here is such a huge mindset shift. You know, most of us are taught to see failure as the end of the road. It's a sign that you should just stop. But for Ma, it's the complete opposite. It's the engine of success. Failure isn't something to avoid. It's just data. Every mistake, every rejection is just a lesson that makes you smarter for the next time you try.
And he didn't just talk the talk, he really walked the walk on this one. For the first 3 years of Alibaba, the company made absolutely zero revenue, nothing. Can you imagine the pressure, the doubt? But because Ma didn't see it as failure, but as this necessary period of building and learning, he and his team just kept pushing forward.
This shows you that success isn't this straight line up. It's a cycle. It's a loop. You try something, you fail, or at least it doesn't work perfectly. You figure out why and learn from it. And then, this is the most important part, you try again, only this time you're a little bit smarter. That's the whole game.
And he gives some super specific advice for young people, especially if you're under 30. He says this decade is for learning, not for earning. Don't chase the biggest company name or the highest paycheck. Instead, find a great boss who's going to mentor you. Get obsessed with building actual skills. Make your mistakes now, while the stakes are still relatively low. Fail fast, learn your lesson, and get back up.
And all of this leads to his next big idea. All this learning, all this failing, it's not for a quick win. It's about building a foundation for a career that's going to last for decades. It's about playing the long game.
I mean, we live in a world that wants everything yesterday, right? But Ma's philosophy is the total opposite. He says real success is like planting a tree. You don't get a giant oak tree the day after you plant the seed. You gotta be patient. You have to be consistent. If you try to rush it, you just end up damaging the roots.
He even lays out this rough roadmap for life. And it's not some strict rule book, it's more of a guide. Your 20s, that's for learning. Your 30s, that's for taking what you've learned and actually building something. 40s are for mastering your craft. And then in your 50s and beyond, it's about sharing that wisdom. What's so powerful about this is it gives you permission to just be where you are, without freaking out that you're not somewhere else already.
So why is this long-term view so important? Because the world is changing so fast. He basically says trying to predict the future is a fool's game. I mean, who predicted TikTok or ChatGPT 5 years before they exploded? The most valuable skill isn't knowing exactly what's coming next, it's being able to adapt and be flexible when the future inevitably throws you a curveball.
Okay, so if you can't predict the future and worrying is useless, then what are you supposed to do? This brings us to the final, and I think the most powerful part of his advice. You have to radically focus only on the few things you can actually control.
Look at this chart. It's so simple, but so profound. All the stuff that causes the most anxiety, the economy, politics, what other people think of you, it's all over there on the left, in the can't control column. All of your real power is on the right. You can control your attitude, you can control your discipline, you can control how hard you work and how much you learn. That's your territory.
And here's where the magic happens. When you pour all of your focus and energy into that right-hand column, the things on the left don't just disappear, but they lose their power over you. Their ability to scare you and create anxiety just shrinks and shrinks.
So what are you really building when you focus on what you can control? You're building your foundation. This is your inner fortress. It's that unshakable belief in yourself, even when nobody else believes in you. It's the ability to stay calm when everything is falling apart. It's the courage to move forward when the future is totally unclear. Your mindset is literally everything.
This is probably his most famous quote, and it just perfectly sums up this idea of perseverance. It's a promise, but it's not an easy one. He's telling you up front, this is going to be hard. It might even get harder before it gets better.
But wait, this is the part that everybody misses, and it's the most crucial piece. May always adds that most people quit on tomorrow night. They get through the hard day, they even survive the harder day, but they give up just moments before the sun is about to rise. Your breakthrough is so often right around the corner from the moment you feel most like quitting.
So, it all comes down to this. The question isn't what's the future gonna be. The real question, the one Jack Ma leaves us with, is this. Knowing that worry is a waste of time and action is everything, what are you going to build or learn or try today?